Welcome back, boys and girls. This is episode 86, your Hump Day Podcast, 8bit Bourbon. I really need to take that out of my intro so that I don't have to remember which episode this is, but maybe another day. I'm Andy. With me, as always, Adam.
Hi.
This podcast brought to you by, we've got Red Bull, Victory, Hot Devil, a glass of water.
Say Hot Devil?
Hot Devil. Also brought to you by the 7 Horse Pub in Saratoga Springs, New York. The hottest bar restaurant in town.
I still haven't been there yet.
Owned by my brother. That's really weird. And workorder.es.
Wait, that it's owned by your brother or
both?
That I haven't been there?
I'd say both. I'd say equally both.
Okay, I'm going to say me leaving to go somewhere is probably not that awkward.
Yeah, it's true. It's expected, I guess.
Yeah.
Also brought to you by workorder.es if you're watching on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
If you need a rental, if you want rental landlord, property management, maintenance software, go to workorder.es.
Do it.
And I don't know, not a very busy week gaming news.
But summer's so hard with gaming news. I feel like
it is. I wish I was playing more games to talk about.
How did we do the podcast last year in the summer? What did we do?
I think we were playing a lot more games.
Were we?
I don't know. Maybe that's not true at all.
What did we do last summer?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We played Magic a lot, I think. Or was that 2 summers ago?
I think that was 2 summers ago.
Yeah, it might have been.
Did we play Hearthstone? No,
Maybe.
we probably just played Dota.
Probably.
Yeah,
we didn't really play retro games either, did we?
We just talked about Dota all year.
Yeah. Yeah, at least we're playing something. There was a time where I was playing nothing. And it was really hard to be like, so what'd you do this week? Well...
I think Mortal Kombat's our new Dota.
Yeah, kind of. Dota was we were way more into Dota, though. That was like 3 hours a night type video game.
Yeah. Well, we did about 3 hours.
Yeah, but that's once a week.
Yeah, it's true.
The Dota was every night. Yeah, what else you been up to?
But I was going to say this week we're going to talk all about our favorite movie all time, Pixels. Mm-hmm. We went and saw it twice.
I planned on sneaking that in here at some point. I love The Verge's headline was the best. I thought it just said Pixels or Pixel, whatever it is, and it said Adam Sandler must be stopped.
That was good.
That was the title of their review. Boy,
I didn't 19% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's higher than Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, right?
Yeah,
that ended up with like a 0.
I think it was a 0 for a long time.
Yeah, it might have went up a little bit, but I find it hard to believe that Pixel is not as bad as Paul Blart Mall Cop. I don't know.
I feel hopefully
it's probably just because of the nostalgia factor. People are like, "Hey, video games."
This one seemed like it was more of like a high production thing, like with the special effects and stuff. So hopefully he ends up losing money and stops.
Well, do you know he's done with Sony Pictures? They're getting rid of him.
Oh, good.
So he's starting something on Netflix. So he's kind of ran his. I'm sure he's getting paid well by Netflix, but no way is he getting paid as well as his $30 million movies with Sony. So
yeah, I haven't seen him do anything good in a long time.
No. Yeah.
I didn't like that Judd Apatow movie he was in. He was like dying of cancer.
I don't think I saw it.
I don't really know what it's called. I didn't think it was that good.
But yeah, apparently they based Pixels off of Pixel, I think it is, off of a short that was like 2.5 minutes. That was the same premise of like, what if video games attack the Earth or whatever. And the funny part about that movie to me is this was another one where like I know I mentioned before when I saw Jack and Jill was a movie, I didn't believe it. Like I literally was like, that's a joke. I thought that this was a joke too. Like I saw a trailer for it and I was like, they're gonna seriously make a 2-hour movie about like Pac-Man attack. Like what the fuck is the backstory there? Like why is Pac-Man attacking
From
us?
the trailer, did they send out like
the aliens thought it was like a threat or something? I think.
What's that shit you bury in a time capsule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought that like the video games were like a threat, so they attacked us with our own images of games. Like, how does that make? Wouldn't they just send missiles?
Do you ever do a time capsule?
No.
I have some. I have one somewhere. Where I grew up in Pennsylvania.
I might have done one like at school that I don't remember doing that they made me do, but I've never done one on purpose.
It's in a trailer park in Nescopeck, Pennsylvania. If anyone wants to find it.
There you go.
It's probably got like G.I. Joes and shit in there. Nah.
No way, you didn't put any G.I. Joes in there.
I think I may have.
It's probably like one napkin with some words on it.
I used to have this Dallas cheerleaders playing card, or not playing card, trading card.
Mm-hmm.
I put that in there. I bet she looks good.
Yeah, that's like now kids who see that and like, well, I've got internet for porn.
Yeah,
I don't need a cheerleader card.
In 1991, that was my.
That's
porn.
Like a score.
When I was 7.
That's like you gotta hide that from your parents.
I know. I think it probably came in like a Tops thing. I felt guilty.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're brought up in a religious household,
Jesus, yeah.
Jesus doesn't support Dallas cheerleaders.
Nope. They're sluts and devils.
What else you got?
I started, speaking of Dota and MOBAs, I started playing Smite again on Xbox One, which I don't know why you won't play. You have zero interest in that game.
I just didn't like it though. I thought
fun.
it was fine. I just don't have any interest in playing it. I don't know.
I think you would like it if you went back to it.
I might. I gotta learn it again. It just sounds like so much.
They
work.
have like a good thing where you can auto skill and auto purchase, or you can custom build stuff. Like you can set up classes and you can put like items in like
Yeah, see, that's
you can
already
fill
more
out a
than
thing.
I feel like doing.
You can fill out a thing, and when you go in and play, you go back to the store. All your stuff's there. You just kind of select it and buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm barely playing like 20 minutes of Mortal Kombat a day now. Like I just don't see myself playing another game. You know.
Yeah, but you can tell the people that are like good MOBA players and the people that have no idea what they're doing, because a lot of times like the games will like people just see like an enemy on the screen, so everyone just runs at each other. And it's like it's kind of like an action RPG, but
they're trying to play it like Gears of War.
It's not. You can like you'll see like supports going right for like a carry off the beginning and just getting murdered. So that's kind of annoying. But once you have a team, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it looks prettier than it did in the beta. I think they upgraded the graphics a little bit.
Yeah,
from 5 seconds that I saw.
I don't remember. It's definitely it's a good game, a well-made game. I like it.
So it's free to play with like purchase characters, like League of Legends,
like League. There's purchases for everything. There's like skins, voices. It's
That's
and
cool.
it's like $8 for like 400 diamonds. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah,
I don't think I would ever do it, but
I don't know what 400 diamonds equals, but
I think like I don't even know if you can buy like a hero, but you can build up like in-game credits and rent like heroes for like a day or like a weekend or something.
That sounds expensive though if you're buying one character for $8. And
it does.
There's 50. How many characters are there? Like 30, 50?
No idea.
Yeah, probably a lot.
I think when I was in the beta, they gave you enough credits to buy one character or something, or one of what they picked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I like how there's different game modes. It's not all just like Dota's one game mode, which is why it's great, but it doesn't work as well on a console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's fun, but after being like a hardcore Dota player, it's kind of annoying to see like people start off like the two in the outside lanes and then one person solo mid, but then people just like leave lanes. And
yeah. I mean that's one of the things with like I've always said like a watered down MOBA equals a terrible game to me. That's why I never wanted to play Heroes of the Storm. I mean, I played it a little bit, and I thought it was terrible, personally. But, like, Hearthstone works as a watered-down Magic because it's still fun. You know what I'm saying? But, like, what makes MOBA so great is that super depth and the high competitive edge. Otherwise, you've just kind of got, like, a mindless game. But I like how Smite did it. They did it smartly to make it, like, it's not twitchy because it can't be on a console.
Most of the games I've played have been really competitive and fun, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, I'll probably never be on there, but I'm happy that you and Punter are enjoying
fun.
it.
And we got Laurel tried it out Friday night. She played a couple games with us. Nice. It was her first MOBA experience. She played well.
Nice.
It's very like overwhelming to step into.
If you haven't played a MOBA before, it's tough. You guys should play more Dota, or you guys should stream Smite.
Yeah, I should.
But we gotta get back to twitching.
Yeah.
Remember your 4-day a week schedule?
Yeah, but I've been working so much, it's impossible.
Yeah, no,
I'm working 12-hour shifts, and I'm not gonna do that.
No, that's tough. Although you could just turn on Twitch on your console when you play.
Yeah, but my air conditioning shit sounds shitty.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
It's just no way to work it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if you used a mic on your controller.
That'd probably work.
That'd probably work, yeah, because it would take it. Because the problem is your air conditioner is right next to your Kinect, and there's really nothing you can do about that.
But I'm usually in a party, so I can't hear my team.
Is that how that works with Twitch? I don't think I've ever Twitched anything with a party.
I don't know if it would split both. I'm not sure how it works.
I bet you, well, I shouldn't say I bet you. I think that the people would be able to hear you, but not your party. That's how I would hope that it would work.
I have no idea. I don't think I've tried it.
It would be really stupid if that's not how it worked because, obviously people want to play a multiplayer game and be able to Twitch. But whatever. I guess you could also move this shit in the living room, but that's what you're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah, moving anything sounds terrible.
Awful.
Oh, I wanted to forgot to talk about it last week. I've been mainly since we've been having all our stuff in here recording. Mm-hmm. I had my Xbox One in here for 2 months, maybe more, and I was just playing strictly PS4 in my room. I really missed my Xbox One way more than I thought I would. it's horrible. Not like once you get used to once I've had that thing for almost 2 years. Once you like get so used to like the way it works and the voice commands and.
What'd you miss? Like the TV features, you mean?
I missed like the HBO Go. I missed like last Saturday. It was awesome. I was playing. What was I playing? Call of Duty, I think maybe. Mm-hmm. And I was playing that, and I went and got some dinner. So I like paused the game, went and made some food. I came back in. And I started watching HBO Go. And, like 2 hours later, I went back to Call of Duty. I just selected the game title. Automatically brought me back right where I was.
Yeah, it's pretty good about that.
And then when I was done, automatically brought me right back to HBO Go right where it was. PlayStation kind of do that, but you can't have more than one application open at once. So
yeah,
it's not really like the multimedia tool that I like.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Xbox is definitely a better if you're looking to do Netflix and YouTube and all that shit.
Like I'll give PS4 being like easier to move around and stuff.
PS4 is like
it's basic.
Play your game. That's what they want the interface to
be.
But
I realize that's not what I want my system to be. Like the Xbox One is really good at what it does.
Yeah,
I really liked it. I missed having it in my room.
I still wish both had got delayed a year because PlayStation would probably have more multimedia stuff and Xbox would be more powerful so that all the shit would work so much faster. I really hope that the update is fast. If they claim it's faster, I really hope that that's true because sometimes it's just unacceptably slow to snap stuff. You know?
It looks awesome too. That update's pretty as hell.
It does. But yeah, I got a Facebook message from Jay Urania last week, and he said, because I was talking about the Patrick Rothfuss and the TV studio bidding war for the rights to Name of the Wind, Kingkiller Chronicles, whatever. And he said you should listen to the Patrick Rothfuss podcast because he talks about that. So I gave it a shot. First, I was not really digging it, but as I got more into it, it's actually really good. The other guy, his co-host, is the creator of Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, so really?
It's Patrick, and it's them every week. And that guy at first annoyed me, but he is fucking hilarious. He's this super nerd, like the nerdiest guy ever. And at first I was like, Jesus, I don't need another Verge cast, you know.
I'm pretty sure they have some kind of tie with the Giant Bomb guys, Cards Against Humanity guys.
It's possible, yeah. I think Rothfuss knows him. Rothfuss has done a lot of like gaming streams, like Dungeons and Dragons type shit, you know what I mean? So I think he's like, I don't know how, I think they like got involved in, you know, through Comic-Con, all that stuff too, but it's like the stuff they talk about is actually really interesting stuff. Like they talked about the bidding war, which is really cool, just to hear his kind of viewpoint on it, because he sold the TV rights with an option, and it was a super short option for both of them, and it never got made, so he retained the rights, and now it's blown up way more. So he wants a certain guy who's the director of Avengers.
Oh, Joss Whedon.
Apparently he's in love with Joss Whedon, and he like really wants Joss Whedon. He said he would sell the rights for free if Joss Whedon did the movies or the TV show. He prefers a TV show, and I understand why, because any book just works better as a TV show for the most part, because you get more hours, you know.
Well, I'm pretty sure Joss Whedon's out of the Marvel universe, so he maybe looking for a job.
Yeah. But then they talk about like life, and it was some of the stuff they talk about was really interesting. Like they were talking about how like they always meet up at Comic-Con, and they were, you know, and they make time for that. But they're like, it's so funny because if you go to San Diego and you'll make time to meet up with your friends, but you can't make 5 seconds to hang out with like your friends in your hometown, you know, because like they're married with kids and stuff. And then they're like, and even the person you ignore even more than that is your wife, and you know, because you're always thinking, you know, she'll understand, you know. And they were talking about how they haven't scheduled like time to like hang out with their girlfriend or their wives like in a long time. So one of the things that led to, so the idea is that the more comfortable you are with a person, the more likely you are to kind of like take advantage of that and ignore them, which is totally true. But what was interesting is every week they do like a challenge to like life improve. So the one that they did this time was they're going to put their cell phones on a charger outside of their bedroom. And that way their cell phone's not the last thing they look at when they go to bed, and it's not the first thing that you look at in the morning and just be like, hey, look at all these emails about how my life's fucked up, you know, like. So they got a real alarm clock and use that instead of their phones. And then this week they're supposed to like schedule time to hang out with their girlfriends. But I was thinking we should do something, we should totally steal that idea, but instead of doing life improvements, we could do life improvements too, but we could do like gaming things that we should probably do, you know? Cool. Yeah. Like for example, like I really want to get Journey for PS4 and beat it.
Yeah.
But I probably need to be challenged. And they have like
that's a multiplayer game, right?
Kind of.
Can't you like walk together?
It's kind of like
I just don't feel like paying $15 to walk in a video game.
Well, yeah. I mean, it got a perfect 10, so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't need to shoot in every game.
I don't need to shoot either, but I don't need to walk and listen to music.
Yeah.
Is that made by the same people that did Flower? Because that game was fucking dumb.
I have no idea.
You're just like a pedal. You just floated in the wind.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. I didn't care
game
for it
was
too
dumb.
much. But yeah, I think this is a game that you probably wouldn't like. I mean, you don't like games like that, but I think I would enjoy it. I like games that are, it's a storytelling thing as much as it is a game, which is fine. I don't need it to be competitive or anything. It got like ridiculous reviews the first time. This one's supposed to be even better. So that's something that I would like to play. I wonder how much it is. It's $15
I think
probably?
it's $15.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, it's not bad. Pretty good game, I guess. $15, great deal.
Did I ever get it? Was that ever a game for free for PS3, the old version?
I don't know.
Because
I know Flower was. That's how I played it.
I think I changed my gamer tag because I would get it for free, I think.
Change your gamer tag on X or PSN?
I think I did. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Because PSN, you couldn't change your gamer name too, which is amazing. You still can't, I don't think.
No, you can't.
I think they're like working on it. But anyway, so yeah, the Rothfuss Podcast was great. Thank you, Jay, for pointing that out. I'll definitely still listen to it. And it's really interesting because they get into the business of their books and their card game and like just their daily lives and like their employees and all that stuff and how they like try to keep employees really happy with like letting them take, a month off to do something that they really want to do, or if they're into theater, whatever. And they're talking about all these different employees that they have, and it was really interesting because it's like these are guys that did not want to be entrepreneurs necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the Cards Against Humanity kind of, but like I don't think authors think of like making their brand, and then all of a sudden you're in charge because Rothfuss has the charity, and all of a sudden he's in charge of like 20, 30 people, and it's like, well, now you're the boss. You know what I mean? Like you didn't want that, but he's got that. So I thought that was interesting too, and probably why it's taking so long to write the third book because he's got so much shit going on in his life now.
Is that the third book of the King Killer?
Yeah. So that was cool. I can add that to my list. It doesn't really replace The Verge because I still need a tech podcast, but
Did it do Hype Check at all?
I haven't listened to it.
No, I mean.
Oh, you mean on the Rothfuss one? I wish.
Would you
Hype Check Rothfuss Podcast.
Would you stop listening to it if there's a Hype Check?
7. Yes. I would turn it off in the middle of the podcast for sure. But that was cool. So, because here's the thing, like, just because like I like an author doesn't mean I'm gonna like their podcast. Those are two completely different things, I feel like. And I really feel like the Cards Against Humanity guy is super necessary because Rothfuss, he'll go on tangents for like an hour if you let him, and that guy is more like the host where he kind of like keeps him on track, and he just has like really cutting little funny comparisons he makes. He's great, which just makes sense because the Cards Against Humanity is such a witty game. Do you know him and like 7 friends made that?
Yeah,
and they're like all the bosses now.
I think it was like a Kickstarter.
Was it a Kickstarter?
Maybe even before Kickstarter, but I believe it was crowdfunded.
Yeah.
You couldn't get it for like 2 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. That rings a bell.
And it was sold out everywhere. Because I always had it in my Amazon wish list.
I wonder how much he's made off of that, considering that there's like 8 bosses.
I don't know.
He's got to be a millionaire.
I would imagine.
But I bet you it's a low millionaire.
Yeah, I would imagine Cards Against Humanity is some kind of franchise. I'm sure there's other
stuff.
stuff.
I'm sure they have other stuff by now and all that. But they said that one thing that I thought was cool is that they still only use the 7, like the 8 of them. They make all the cards.
That's nuts.
Isn't that cool? So like they didn't they handed off a lot of the responsibilities, I'm sure, but that part of it, not that that's like that amazing, but like you figure people would like hire professional writers or something.
Also, the thing is with them is like they let you download the game for free. If you want, you can print out the cards, or you can buy them.
Oh yeah.
So it's weird. Like, I mean, obviously they're making money because I think people are preferring, but you can print out the cards.
Yeah. Now,
cut them with
the game that we play on our mobile devices, that's not Cards Against Humanity, right? That's a ripoff.
Okay. Yeah, it's a ripoff.
Because he actually talked about, I think that they're making an app.
They should,
which they should have done by now.
They should have done the Chromecast thing, or Xbox
they should
One.
Chromecast probably isn't worth their money, but doing like a console one is totally
especially
worth
like
it.
A Twitchable one.
Yeah, absolutely. It just builds the brand. It's just more dollars, and it doesn't seem like it would be that hard. I mean, it's easy for me to say, but when you have that kind of budget, somebody did it for fucking free. So, but yeah, so that's a cool podcast. I've also been reading Console Wars, not as much as I want because I can't read it in bed. But
get a little lamp for the pages.
Yeah, but I hate laying down. It's too big.
Yeah.
It's just I need to sit up to read it. That's my biggest problem. It's even more than the light source. I should have just spent all day outside today reading, but instead I spent the first 3 hours on my back watching TV. So I did that, and while I was dying last week, 2 weeks ago, I watched all of True Detective one day.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it sucks.
Oh, really? I don't understand why people hate it so much.
I mean, I don't think it, like, when I say I think it sucks, I mean, I just don't think it's good. I think it's well acted. What
don't you like about it?
I don't care about any of the characters. I don't think they've done a good job developing the characters. And if you're not going to develop the characters, you need to have a story that, like, really grips you. And up to, I'm not going to spoil too much, but there's a shootout. I'll just say that. And I barely knew why it was going on, and I didn't give a flying fuck about anyone in it. And that was the point where I was like, I don't know about the show. I don't really like it. Like, season 1 of True Detective, the first episode was like, I don't know what I think. By episode 2, they had me, like, gripped. True Detective, like, I still haven't watched episode 5 because I'm just not that.
Episode 5 was good. I don't hate it like everybody else does.
I think it's highly disappointing.
I think it suffers because everybody loved the first season too much.
That's definitely part of it, but I really don't.
It's a cop show. It's a cop drama.
Yeah, I don't. It's definitely true that it suffers from over expectations, but I just don't think it's like, if I saw this without ever seeing the first season, I probably wouldn't finish it. Mm-hmm. So like, it's actually, the first season's working in its favor because I just don't like it enough to watch. But again, I think it's awesome. Like, I think Colin Farrell's fucking awesome in it.
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn's okay. I think Rachel McAdams is always awesome. So that part of it's cool. Taylor Kitsch is good. But I feel like maybe there's too many characters.
Yeah, that was going to be my only complaint. I don't understand the Vince Vaughn need for him.
And he's the most fleshed out character.
Yeah,
I think.
like
they have more solo shots of him than anybody else.
Like, I understand the tie-in with him. Because there could be like a twist at the end or whatever. Because maybe he's behind everything.
It's all gonna come together somehow.
But I feel like I like the cop stuff because I'm a big fan of like cop dramas and like detective stuff. I like that, but whenever they start going to the Vince Vaughn stuff, it takes me away from the show because the whole story is kind of about like he gave this guy money, the guy got kidnapped and murdered, but he's kind of like a gangster, but he's trying to use like the police to find his money to save his like career.
And all the cops are dirty, pretty much, except Rachel McAdams.
But a lot of the times, like the problems he's having aren't about that money.
They
stem from that problem, but it's about like him not being enough kids. It's like him like,
and that's what I'm saying. He's the most fleshed out character, and he's the character that I think people care about the least.
Like, I think he does a good job acting, but I just don't think I don't think his character necessarily fits so much into the show. Like they could have done without him.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like, if they're not going to go the True Detective 1's way of like having the characters really matter, then they should have a really interesting story. And I just feel like in season 1, I was dying to know who the bad guy was and what was going on and who was dirty in the church and like all that shit. And in this one, I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
You should definitely watch in the latest episode because
I'm good.
It takes place. They like solve the crime and then it's like months down the line.
Yeah,
things have changed.
Because but that's the thing. It's like I've watched 4 episodes and I don't know what these cops are trying to solve. Like, I know the guy died and it's linked to like a land deal, but like it's all so nebulous that it's like, why do I care? Like that shootout was so awesomely filmed.
It was good,
but I just didn't care. Like, I didn't care if anybody died. I would not have cared. Like if either of the 2 main characters in season 1 died, I would have got shot. I would have been like, fuck, So I don't know. I'm going to watch the whole season because it's well made and there's not that many well made shows out there like that anymore. But I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I wonder if it's going to have like a supernatural tie-in because
I hope
season 1 kind of had that.
I didn't like that part of season 1. I don't like whenever they throw in like supernatural shit.
I thought what was cool about season 1 was that it wasn't really, you could decide for yourself. I mean, Matthew McConaughey had visions all the time, so like the only thing that was actually supernatural in it was, spoiler alert, in the last episode when he saw the blue shit.
Yeah,
and in my mind that wasn't really there.
Yeah, just because he got lit the fuck up.
Exactly. But then they're talking about the Carcosa, but that could have just been because the fucking bad guys are crazy. There was never really anything supernatural, So I thought that was cool that they had supernatural stuff, but it was kind of like, if you want to believe that that's real, then you can, but if you don't, then you don't have to.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder though, because it felt like it was such an important part of that. I wonder if they're gonna like try to shoehorn some.
I don't know. I don't know if they're necessarily like tied in to each other or in the same world. So I don't know.
Do you know if it's the same writer?
I believe it's the same. Yeah, same creator. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same writer, same creator.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they could put it in there really.
Yeah.
I'm trying, like, none of the characters. Well, I take it back. There is one thing. Her father.
He was in.
No, I'm saying as far as like supernatural stuff, her father's in like the wacko,
the hippie
church
shit,
group, the
commune.
So I could definitely see that being something. I don't know, something weird,
Yeah.
culty.
He reads people's auras.
And they keep going back there.
Like, how full of shit do you have to be to like stare at somebody like, ooh, I see your aura. It's red and green. It's like, no, you don't.
I used to battle people about this, like,
No,
psychics are real. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know what? The only thing that I could maybe sort of believe in is some sort of astrology stuff, because there's no magic to it. It's like, you know, there's planets align, whatever.
Yeah.
At least there's some science in it. But when someone says, like, oh, I see your future, it's like, there's going to be some good and some bad. Yeah, no shit.
You see that shit how, was it NASA found another Earth planet? Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
That's something. It was like the most similar one yet or something. Yeah, I saw that.
How far away was it?
I don't
like
remember.
30, 40 miles north.
Yeah.
The sun.
I think it was like, yeah.
It's not the same.
Just outside of the moon.
Yeah.
It's like a bike ride from the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read that close. I just read like the headline and then it like the summary, which said it was like oxygen levels and size.
Have they ever ridden a bike on the moon? Play golf, right?
They hit a golf ball. I doubt they brought a bike, because that seems like it would be a lot of shit to carry at a.
It'd be kind of cool though. Hit like jumps and shit.
It would. You might fly away and never come back.
Where did they hit the golf ball off the planet?
Yeah.
Which direction?
I don't know.
That'd be cool if it just. I don't know.
Oh, you mean like off the planet?
Yeah.
I don't
launch it off?
No, I don't think so. I think there's enough gravity to keep everything inside, unless you like really fucking launch it.
So I'm gonna say, like, what if that thing just came and like ripped the whole like gravity style through like the International Space Station, just out there circling, going like 100,000 miles per hour.
No, I think there's plenty of gravity to keep stuff.
Okay.
Like, I think it probably went like 1,000 yards or something, but I don't think you can't like jump off the planet.
God, I hope there's like we're close enough to the future where you can go to like a dome and play like low gravity golf.
That'd be awesome.
Like,
I mean,
each room has different.
It would also suck, because imagine how bad your shots would be.
No, each room has different levels of gravity.
Yeah, right. You're chipping out of the bunker and you have to use like a driver.
We should make an app for this. It's a game, low gravity golf.
I like it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah. Stick golf, I think, might have a level like that.
You could have zones where the gravity goes up and down without all obstacles. Nobody steal that, and if you do, give us money.
Yeah, we're not gonna make it, so go ahead and steal it.
Yeah, it's all yours.
I also watch Ballers.
I like Ballers.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fine.
Yeah.
I had extremely low expectations, so I thought the first two episodes kind of blew, and I think it's gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah.
The Rock is a fair actor. He's fine. If you go into it with low expectations, you'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that they cast someone else as his partner there. Like,
I like Rob Corddry.
I don't mind him in general, but I just don't think he's a little bit too ridiculous for that role. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like because it's kind of serious at times, and then he comes in and it's like a fucking SNL skit, you know.
Yeah.
He can be. There's parts of that are really funny, but he's just he can't be normal for 5 fucking seconds. He's always got to be saying like ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
Although this is gonna be a great segue when he drops the N-word at the boat scene.
When he pulls the Hulk Hogan.
And exactly. And all the NFL players throw him in the fucking water. Was so good. And he gets out and he goes, "I love this party."
That's so funny.
And yes, so that segue is into Hulk Hogan, who has been he got Hideo Kojimo'd. I mean, he's been removed from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's been removed from the website, the WWE website. He's been removed from everything, because this was like a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, like, what was it? Like, 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Who releases shit like that?
I don't know. But he said something about like his daughter. I'd rather have her date.
It's pretty much equivalent as like, if she's gonna date a black guy, I want him to be a basketball player worth $100 million.
So was she dating a black guy? Was that what was going on?
She must have been.
Okay. Yeah. It was. I gotta tell you. At first, I was like, "That's over the top that they removed her from all that stuff," and then it was pretty bad. Though.
Yeah.
The quote was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be.
Well, he kind of finishes off with like he's like, wow, I guess that kind of sounds racist, and then he says it again.
Right. And then he's like,
fuck
those
effing
N-words,
black.
I think that's what he says. Yeah.
Dude, it's like you kind of pulled it back, and then
it was bad.
Fucking idiot.
But yeah, and you know what's funny too is like Hulk Hogan is, I think, probably the biggest wrestler ever as far as like fame, right?
Gotta be.
It's gotta be. So to remove him from the Hall of Fame is funny, because that's rash, because it's going to be really hard to ever put him back in the Hall of Fame, because it's like, if you just didn't remove him and you let it blow over, it's one thing, but like now to put him back in the Hall of Fame, it's like, what? So you're okay with the N-word?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you can't do it almost. So that's crazy that he just removed, like, the only connection that this has to video games is that he was removed from WWE 2K16.
Oh, they updated the game?
Yeah.
Just don't update the game if you still want him.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still in. Yeah, he's definitely. I think, was he in Rocky Boxing as Thunderlips?
I don't know.
Do you ever play Rocky Boxing?
No.
Oh my god, the game was the best.
Was it the best because it was terrible?
It wasn't that bad of a boxing game.
What was it? Like a Super Nintendo game? Or was
No,
it
it was for like PlayStation 2 or Xbox. Porter had it because Porter's like the biggest Rocky fan ever.
That's
and you could be
hilarious.
like all the Rocky
Did
boxers.
Thunderlips even wear boxing gloves, or did he
I don't
just...
remember. He may not have been in the game.
Yeah, this could all be a fabrication.
But I'm trying to. There was a decent amount of people in the game, so.
Well, I mean, there's every bad guy. There's Apollo Creed.
It was awesome to use like Mr. T versus Ivan Drago and shit.
Yeah, that is cool.
It was really fun.
Rocky the video. We got to stream that sometime.
You gotta find it.
If it was for PlayStation 2, we might be able to emulate it, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
It'd be tough. I really have nothing to say about that. I just thought it was a funny story because the guy just fucks up his life over and over. You remember when, first of all, he loses his wife.
Didn't you have a sex tape?
Yeah, yes. Then he marries a girl that looks exactly like his daughter. Have you seen that? Then he, like his new wife, then he has I think it was in between, before he married this new girl. Yeah, there's a guy called Bubba the Love Sponge who wanted him to fuck his wife.
Was he sponge-worthy?
And then, and then Bubba the Love Sponge videotaped Hulk Hogan fucking his wife, which is the creepiest shit ever.
Didn't he have a little wiener?
I didn't watch it, so
I think I might have watched it.
I got to tell you, I can't imagine Hulk Hogan having a little wiener. That would be really weird. Although it would explain all the weightlifting.
We'll have to do some research after this.
Yeah. Maybe should we do it live?
Yeah, we'll just stream it. We'll do a live Twitch of fucking Hulk Hogan's little wiener. Or maybe a little wiener.
Yeah, right. Allegedly a little wiener.
Yeah.
And while I'm jumping all over with segues, since I already said he got Hideo Kojimo'd, he is two things. Number one, I saw that he has a huge dick.
Kojima used the N-word.
I just, this is not what I was going to talk about, but I just saw that Kojima, they might have left his name on the Japanese versions. So he's probably so important to the Japanese market that which is bullshit. Like Kojima should be like, no, take my name off everything. You know, if you're going to take my name off the American one. It could just, but it was like a leak, so it could have been like before they took him off. I don't think they're really sure.
Well, I saw something online that said the Japanese voice actor for Snake said that Kojima Productions is like gone.
Yeah, it's over. Which everyone expected. But he basically confirmed it.
So, do they just not like working on the game anymore because it's done?
I think that meant like when they finish the game.
I didn't know if like the studio was just like moved out of the offices.
I think that like it's been pretty much done. So I don't know what the timeline is. When's it come out again?
September 1st.
Shit,
it's bad that I always want to say 11th when talking about dates in September.
Yeah, that is a little
weird. What's the first one that pops in your head? Name another date.
That is a little odd.
Do another date in September. Ready? Go.
I can't think of a number.
11.
Hold on. I have to now pull up the thing because my computer died. So what the story was, though, was that him and Del Toro are still talking about making something together because obviously originally they were going to do PT. Yeah. I think that's cool. Like they're both so ridiculous that whatever they come out with is going to be outrageous.
They should do what I think what we suggested. Do like episodic things. Just make a different like house. You know?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
$15. It'd probably save them money in production. They could probably do a Kickstarter for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, and you wouldn't need a huge budget. Although Del Toro's not very. Kojima's not very good at a small budget.
I wonder how much PT costs because they gave it away for free.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it was really like a commercial, basically.
Yeah,
but
how much is that game worth? $10?
Yeah,
maybe $9.99. Just do episodes.
Yeah,
doing different layer in a house or something.
It'd be really awesome.
There's definitely options. I don't think PT needs to be like a $60 game.
Yeah, no, definitely not. It'd be really, really interesting if they went instead and made a movie together.
Yeah,
that would be outrageous.
Maybe Del Toro's as good as Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Del Toro's characters and Kojima's story would be like unwatchable and awesome. I would be first in line.
People's heads would fucking explode in the theater.
They would. Yeah,
their eyes and ears would just be bleeding.
Kojima's weirdness, I don't think would work at like a Hollywood like atmosphere, like, you know, for like the mom and pops, people would be like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this? Why is Solid Snake a different character than Snake? What is going on?
Yeah,
Please don't make a Metal Gear Solid movie.
I don't understand majority of. Actually, I don't think I understand anything in Metal Gear.
No, that I never played all of them through. I played a little bit of 1. I played maybe half of 2. I beat 3. Beat 3 is the only one I played all the way through. I played an hour of 4, and it was like an hour cutscene, and I just went, I'm done.
Yeah, I never played 1, beat 2, played more than half of 3, beat 4, and that was the only. That's it.
Oh, you beat 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved 3. I thought 3 was fucking awesome.
4 makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it's like we've said before. It's like if you're gonna, I'm fine with you feeding me a huge story, but make it good. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
If we hadn't already talked about True Detective, I'd make another random segue here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. 4 made no sense whatsoever.
No. I could the first hour I was like, what is going on? I just didn't care to learn the story. The gameplay was really cool.
I liked it, except for how your gun just breaks all the time.
Yeah, I didn't even get enough into it to know that
So
happened.
you put a silencer in your gun, you get like 3 shots, and it's done. You gotta get a new one.
What?
Yeah, they do that shit all the time.
Your gun like breaks?
No, not the gun itself. Like the attachments you put on it, like a silencer. It's good for like 1 clip. So you constantly have to keep buying silencers and stuff.
That's odd for a game that
yeah, it's a stealth
preaches
game.
realism.
Yeah.
Also, the whole idea of a silencer is so funny. Like, you can't shoot someone in the next room with a silencer and have them not hear it. Like,
Yeah.
it's still loud as fuck. It's just not like you wouldn't hear it down the block, but you're gonna hear it if you're in the house. You know what I mean?
I want to know what a silencer really sounds like.
I've YouTubed it before. It's much louder than they make it out to be in the movies and shit.
Not that GoldenEye sound.
No. It's loud. You ever see like a silent shotgun, like No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
Although it's pretty loud in that, but like that would also be loud as fuck. Like, again, it's not made so you could, like, I could shoot you and the guy that's right here is not going to hear it. Like, that's ridiculous. It's made so, you know, you don't hear it across the desert, you know, or something, or, you know, down the block, whatever.
The sound has to leave the other places of the gun, right? Like through like you think when the bullet pops out or the shell pops out,
right? Well, I think part of what a silencer does is it slows it down. Like the gun doesn't shoot as far as fast, so I think that's part of it. Is like you don't get there's not as much sound to be had because it's not doing the same. You know what I mean?
I always wondered if you move a gun fast when you're shooting with silencer, would the bullet come out crooked and just tear through the side?
I don't think so. I think your hand would have to move.
Could you curve a bullet?
No.
With the silencer?
No. I think you've been watching too many movies like what's that movie?
Wanted?
The one with the one that came out with a sequel that was in the house. It was just ridiculous fighting scenes.
Oh, The Raid?
The Raid.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something they would do in The Raid.
Probably. Well, there's the movie Wanted with James
saw
McAvoy. He curves bullets.
Oh, is that actually something that happens?
Yeah, they as they're shooting, they spin their wrist.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, maybe if you could move your hand at the speed of light.
Saw a video today of a guy wild boar hunting with a minigun.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was on Reddit.
That's nice.
I had to watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
I'm not interested in seeing that.
There's a lot of fucked up shit on Reddit this morning.
Yeah. I go to the gaming subforum and the funny subforum, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's the only two I ever visit.
I'm subscribed to the what the fuck one.
Yeah, so. See, I have no interest.
I don't
in
always
that.
click everything, but sometimes.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life.
I like to know what's going on in the world.
That was like when we used to have Cisco, which was like a networking course in high school, and I was in the one that was like with the older kids, and we would come back and like our computers would be filled with like Faces of Death shit from like you guys, and I was like, you guys gotta stop. Like, I would come in and my computer would be like, man stabbed in the face with a machete, and I'm like, what the fuck
that
is
was
this?
Always Chad. I remember Chad one time had a thing with
I don't know.
It was like a Russian torture where they put the guy's balls on like a table and just
it
drilled
wasn't
nails.
just Chad though, it was all you guys, because it was on every fucking computer. It was like 6 computers that had this shit on it. Chad might have been the worst offender, but it was definitely all you guys. Because we used to come in and be like, oh, Chris Gimble was obsessed with it, though. So, like, he was the only one that was our class that would be like, guys, come check this out.
I've always been more obsessed with, like, animal attacks than, like, self-mutilation.
Yeah, I just don't I don't need to see gore. I went through that for, like, a year where I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I'm not into it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like fail videos where people are breaking their legs. Like, it doesn't make me, like, want to puke.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
I don't, like, seek them out, but if if it's got a good.
I don't seek them out. I'm subscribed to fucking what the fuck.
I use the mobile app. I scroll through them. I don't click on every single one.
I don't seek them out. I just subscribe to the most fucked up stuff for them.
You gotta see some shit.
Oh god.
I watched this one today or yesterday. This Chinese man tried to kill himself jumping off a building. Fucking cop ran out and stopped his body, or broke his fall with his own body.
Jesus.
Both lived.
See,
both fine.
I don't need to see that.
Would you ever do that?
No.
Or like
some
a stranger?
Yeah, I mean, maybe for somebody I knew. For a stranger?
I don't even know if I'd do it for somebody I knew.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it. For a stranger, not a chance.
Maybe if it was like a kid or something and like catch him.
Yeah, I would try to catch a kid, but that probably wouldn't kill
like
me.
a 300-pound adult jumping.
Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't do that if it was my father. It's just gonna kill me. Like that doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. That's like, oh, let me just catch this car so it doesn't, so it doesn't break. Yeah, I think you got to unsubscribe from that. I think you got to clean up.
No,
I think you need to develop a relationship with Jesus. That's what I think.
Fuck that. I'd rather watch all the videos and what the fuck for him.
I think you need to develop a relationship.
Yeah, we have a good where we're at.
All right, we'll talk about this later.
Me and Jesus.
We'll talk about this later. What else we got here? Wait, shit, did I have something else to say about that? Oh, you know what's a great thing to do though is every once in a while there'll be a story like on The Verge or Irrelevant where it is, and it'll be like the 10 worst subreddits on Reddit, and that just reading what they are, not even going to them, is like, what the fuck?
There's one, what is it? I'm not subscribed to it, but
I hope not.
It's like
whatever you're about to say.
This person died, or it's like videos of people actually like dying. Like what the fuck shows up like some crazy like things, but like not necessarily all the time people die.
Not all the time.
But there's some crazy shit out there. It's just like gifs of people just like shooting themselves or
I got
blowing
no interest
up
in that shit.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'd say I'm gonna guess that about a quarter of the what the fuck is people dying or getting seriously injured.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's like crazy ones like people like because all those Russians use like dash cams, like people get in car accidents and like getting flung out of the cars and just like walking. After.
Why do the Russians have so many dash cams?
I guess not everybody has car insurance there. I don't think it's a mandatory thing, so there's a lot of hit runs. People just hit you and just fucking take off.
Yeah, because I always thought that was weird. I'm like, if this isn't a stunt, why the fuck do they have a dash cam? So weird.
I think it's. You ever see the videos of like those Asian people just run up to cars and try to get hit by them so they can like sue or ask people for money? But people have dash cams. There's this dude just like starts like ninja running towards the fucking car. And he jumps on the thing and smashes.
Does he even get hit by it? Like
no,
hard?
The car's like stop. He runs up there, like kicks the window, and just starts slamming his head into the thing, and then rolls in the road like the car hit him. That's really funny.
That's funny.
People are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Desperate times cause for
I'm gonna let you try that again.
Defecating measures.
Oh shit! There was one subreddit. I remember the story that I saw. I think it wasn't the number one. There was way more fucked up shit. But there was one that was like. What was it? It was like not dolls, but like action figures that people had jizzed on and took pictures of. The entire subreddit, like that's a subreddit. I don't remember what it was called.
I was trying to take a drink of water there.
Yeah, that I was like, wow, that exists, huh? And there's like it's popular enough to be updated daily, I guess.
People are fucked up.
Yeah, Reddit's like a bad place for like.
It's really bad.
It's not that I don't think Reddit should exist, but it's really bad when people that have really dark thoughts like that can express them freely without judgment. Yeah. It's really not a good thing.
And find a community to share their thoughts. And
right,
ideas.
like that's not healthy. Like it's healthy to be able to like talk about things that you're embarrassed about, but not shit like that. That's a whole different level of weirdness.
I've been in that game collecting subreddit for a little while because I was trying to get some information for Jay's shit. And all the posts, it's like people posting like 10 games, like, got all this at a yard sale for $30. Got all this at a Goodwill for $30. Like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, people
like,
always.
You're so full of shit.
People always bitch about that. Like, even on the gaming subforum, all that shit gets in, and it'll be like Earthbound, I think, is like the most expensive video game. And it'll be like, look what I found at the garage sale. And it's like, first of all, you probably didn't even take that picture.
Yeah.
There was one picture that everybody claimed was theirs when they had the Xbox in the garbage, or it was maybe the Xbox and the PS4 in the garbage, and like. It got used like all the time. People all claimed it was theirs, not knowing that it had been posted like 10 fucking times. Yeah. It's like, I hate that. I love it though, because they're such Reddit nerds. They will call people out in 5 seconds. Like, they don't miss anything. Like, if you post a picture that's been used, they know. Like, oh, saw that 7. And people are so douchey about it though. Like, that's one thing because you're pretending it's your picture, but people will post like a funny picture or like a gaming picture. People are like, oh, that's as old as the internet. It's like, well, someone posted it 7 years ago. Like, I'm sorry that I didn't know that was already posted. You know what I mean? But that, yeah, you can't, like, it is an elitist, not every subreddit. That's totally not fair, but some of them.
I had a pretty popular picture once on there. It was funny. That picture of those people on my Facebook during Halloween, they were all dressed up as DC characters, and the post was getting ready for some Marvel madness for Halloween. And I posted it, and, like, got a lot of upvotes.
It's really funny that got a lot of upvotes too. Like,
I put it in the DC.
No, I know, but like you just think about like the elitists of them. It's like, like you think about it's like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, girls didn't know that's Marvel, but there was like people that were probably like,
there's a lot of comments. Yeah, there's a lot of comments on it and shit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
People are assholes. I don't understand Reddit at all.
I think my only Reddit post ever was my Reading Fantasy for Dummies, and it was super popular, and then it got deleted. Oh, yeah, some guy said it was like advertising, and I was like, I'm not making any money off of this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I wrote something and shared it, and he was like, oh, that's cool, whatever, like, next time, but like, it was already gone. I was like, well, I'm never gonna write anything else, so die, basically. Because it was like number one for like a day, and I can't remember what the numbers were, but it was like really popular, and then it was just gone. And I remember I wrote one of the admins, and he gave me that spiel. I was like, sounds like you're abusing your power. Yeah, you fucking super nerd.
I don't understand how Reddit works. When that whole Ellen Powell thing, or Poe, whatever her last name was,
I cannot believe I didn't understand they hired her for CEO.
I didn't understand.
A girl who, like, it's so frustrating because, like, if you talk shit, I think Ellen Powell at this point has been eviscerated enough where people are okay with it. But, like, if you talk shit about Ellen Powell, it's like you're like, oh, so you're okay with women getting mistreated in the workplace? It's like, no, she didn't get mistreated in the workplace. She was a lazy piece of shit employee who tried to sue, leveraging all of the women who actually suffer. And her husband is running a Ponzi scheme. Does this sound like some sort of like great couple that deserves, you know what I mean? People just automatically take the side of the person who possibly was wrong. But like every piece of evidence was like they gave her every chance in the world, and they said, hey, listen, like, you're not doing well, but we'll give you free classes here, or you need to work on this. And she was like lazy as shit, and like, you know, in that atmosphere, people worked their asses off, you know, and she just didn't, and she just wanted a handout, and then she sued because she's a woman.
She's a piece of shit.
And didn't she like bang someone at the office?
I don't know.
I think that came out where like I'm probably spreading rumors that aren't true, but I'm pretty sure this is true, where like she slept with someone at the office, and then her husband found out about it in the court trial or something. I don't remember. It was bad. But then she's the CEO of Reddit. I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Very weird.
Yeah. Maybe they just don't pay anybody.
Oh, here's a good segue for you.
Yeah.
Female gaming characters get realistic makeovers from eating disorder group.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was actually pretty funny.
When I was looking at the pictures, like, are you supposed to laugh? I didn't know if it was like a joke or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, okay.
Well, we were speaking of thunder lips. How about thunder thighs? Am I right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh boy.
Thunder thighs a bad thing to say?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. But either way, like, this is one of those things. It's like, okay, eating disorders are a really bad thing. I think that there's a major problem with the female image.
Are they talking about eating too much or eating too little eating disorders?
Well, eating disorder can be it could be bulimia, it could be anorexia, it could be whatever. But like, the idea is that there's a unrealistic expectation for women out there based off of body types. But like, shouldn't you be going after Victoria's Secret angels instead of like...
No, leave them be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going after video games. It's like, they made Lara Croft like $1.80, and it's like, here's the thing: when you're playing video games, you're playing as extraordinary people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not playing as average people. Yeah. Like, Lara Croft is climbing mountains, running, like, she's like the most fit person in the world. Like, of course she's gonna be ripped and skinny, and, you know, and like, the new Lara Croft is not offensive at all.
She's not getting health back by slamming down quarter pounders.
Right. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to talk about PlayStation 1 where she had like humongous tits, and like, yeah, okay, but like, the new Lara Croft is not that unrealistic. I know tons of girls that have that body type, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not as ripped, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody complains that every lead guy character is ripped and handsome, and you know what I mean? Like, find me the fat, middle-aged, balding lead character. Like, it doesn't exist. So it's just a stupid thing. Like, of course, video games are going to be about extraordinary people. It's usually powerful, fit, you know, people. Like Mortal Kombat's going to have like someone that's out of shape as one of the characters. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's stupid. If they started throwing like fat people in the game, people would bitch about that too. So there's no way.
Right. You can't win. I mean, yeah, there are fighting games that have like, you know, the Thousand Hand guys from Street Fighter, whatever his name
sumo
is.
guy, though,
yeah,
isn't he?
but people were probably like, "How dare you objectify fat people like that?" Yeah, it's you can't win.
I thought it was funny.
It was actually really fun. The photoshops are so bad, like
Yeah.
they're so embarrassingly bad that's one of the best parts about it. There's only like 2 that look normal at all. Like they literally made Lara Croft like completely out of shape. It's like why
How's she gonna do her job at one?
Right? It doesn't make any sense. It'd be like making like a boxing game and having the guy be like out of shape. It's like why would he be out of shape? He's a fucking boxer, you know.
Yeah, you can't really make Butterbean.
Right? Yeah,
Butterbean,
that's true.
He used to be in boxing games. I don't know. I don't think he was in the last fight night that I played.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
He was
which,
great.
kind of.
Remember South Park, or not South Park? Sorry, Jackass, when Johnny Knoxville would fight him
Yes.
in department stores.
He got his ass beat bad. Like it looked really
Had, like a
painful.
concussion.
Yep. That just reminded me in Console Wars, one of the cool things that there's a bunch of cool stuff, and I won't ruin every plot point, but one of the neat things is I didn't know this. So they came out, they had the rights to Joe Namath football,
Yeah.
Sega, and they really needed it sooner than later. And they were afraid that they couldn't like make a game from scratch. They needed to get the like it out like with Sonic and like all the shit to like, you know, whatever. So they made a deal with EA. Joe Namath football is just a reskinned Madden.
Oh, really?
But they didn't tell anybody that. so they sold 2 different games that both sold almost equally well. Madden sold better, but not like by a ton.
I've never even heard of Joe Namath football.
I hadn't either, but I guess it was big for the Genesis.
Find a copy of it.
Isn't that hilarious though? That that's like such a fuck you to the consumer. Like, there's definitely people that own both those games.
EA's
Probably a
piece of
lot
shit.
of them. Yeah. The negotiations that they go through with EA were some of the scummiest parts of the book. And
Yeah.
the guy who ran Sega even said he shook his hand, like they made a deal. Sega had to make this deal. They didn't have a choice. And he just goes, "Listen, stop talking, because every word that comes out of your mouth is making me regret this more and more." That's what he said, because it was like, I won't get into the total details, but they made a deal that was like, it was partially that they had to hide the fact that they were reskinning this game, but it was also like that Sega wanted like these rights and this money, and the guy was just, they paint the guy that's from EA to be such a dirtbag, but EA wasn't looked at like that back then.
Yeah.
I don't think. Maybe they were, but you know, they weren't the mega company that they are now. So it's just funny to see like the only EA guy in the book so far is like a snake oil salesman.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does. One, I think this is a very interesting story, is that Xbox is, well, so if someone tweeted Phil Spencer, because this is obviously, when I saw this headline, I knew that it was connected to this, because it's the only thing that makes sense. Phil Spencer was asked if mouse and keyboard are going to be supported, because they needed, like, you could already stream Xbox One games to your computer, which is neat. I don't really have a use for it, but I could see people that are like married with kids may have a use for it. But what we've all said since the beginning is, how cool would it be if you could stream your PC games to your Xbox? So they're going to add keyboard and mouse support. Like, how sick would it be to be able to like living room World of Warcraft and like play on your recliner? You know what I mean?
I was trying to think
Or
of like,
Dota.
I don't think I would ever want to use this for anything, but if I could do that, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the key to this is you have to get a lap board. I mean, otherwise it's just stupid, you know. But
Yeah,
like,
it's just no game. I mean, they're gonna start making games. They should make a deal.
What do you mean?
Like what games would support that?
oh, I think they all would.
Yeah, but would it be fun to play like that?
I mean, you're still using a mouse and a keyboard. You're just playing on your television.
You'd play like Halo, like that.
Are you talking about streaming from your Xbox to your
No,
computer?
I'm talking about like if you're just plug in your mouse and keyboard into computer,
Oh,
what would you want to do with
They
that?
didn't really say that was what it was for. I think he was saying, I mean, I think they might give that option. They're talking about literally playing your computer games on your Xbox. So like, you're playing World of Warcraft, it's playing on your computer, but you're playing it on your Xbox screen. So like, it's just streaming there.
Yeah.
So you could play any computer game.
That'd be sick to play
potentially.
Dota.
So you could play like Unreal Tournament, you know, stuff like that, which would be really neat. Yeah, Dota would be really fun. Yeah, I'd have to get a sick lap board though, because
But what's
I wouldn't
stopping
wanna
you
set up
from
a
just
table.
plugging an HDMI into your TV and your
Oh,
computer?
you definitely can, but I think what's stopping people is that most people's computers aren't in their bedroom, or their living room, so they have a separate computer room. Like, yeah, you could do that, but then you'd have to go to your computer, turn it on, you know, switch to HDMI out, go to your TV at that point, you know. It just simplifies the process.
They should just make a deal with League or Dota. Just get an Xbox One version of Dota or League of Legends.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It'd be awesome. There's no reason why that game couldn't work.
Yeah.
On there.
I do like, I mean, obviously the downside of the streaming is that you have to have a computer that can play games.
Yeah.
But I do think that is really awesome. That's something that I would totally use, is being able to just play like PC games. And again, of course you could do it, but most people just aren't going to do it. It's an easy use thing, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I'd ever use the Xbox to my well, again, maybe if I was married with kids and the living room was unavailable and you want to play hockey, you could play it on your screen. That actually is pretty cool now that I think about it.
I think I want to try Windows 10. I think I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I could upgrade this to it, but I just have no reason to. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to fuck with my work computer.
I want to see what the streaming thing looks like.
Yeah, no, it would be cool. But I like that they're doing that stuff, and people like bitch about anything, like they're like shitting on it. It's like, well, then don't fucking use it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what is it? How does it affect you to have more options? It's just like people are shitting on backwards compatibility. It's like, why did that screen just go red?
What screen?
Our camera. It just like flashed red. It was weird.
I don't know.
Is there somebody
Jesus.
in here? Jesus.
Jesus heard us talking shit.
Don't blame Adam. Actually, blame Adam.
I didn't do it. You brought him up.
That's true.
I think you said it's like Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Well, no, yeah, right. You think it's zombie Jesus?
You said Jesus too many times.
Could be zombie Jesus. Let me see if I got anything else here as far as the main stories. Oh, well, I just real quick, I saw Doom multiplayer looks very cool. I don't know if I'll actually play it, but
Is that coming up for consoles?
I believe so. I really liked Quake 3, but again, I don't know if I'd play it for console. I'd want to play it on my computer.
We got a lot of first-person shooters to play this fall. It's gonna be tough to which ones. I have to play Battlefront. If it gets like an 8 or above, I'm in.
I mean, the only game that I'm definitely gonna get is Halo 5.
Halo's in there too.
Outside of that, Battlefront looks cool. I would maybe buy that. It just depends when they come out. Like if they come out at the same time, is that what it is?
I think it's after.
Yeah.
I think it's like a week after, maybe. I think they're all pretty close.
It does. Battlefront looks awesome. But I mean, obviously, I'm getting Halo 5, and I don't really consider Fallout first-person shooter because it's an adventure game.
Can I go for it?
I don't know. I want the thing is I don't want to buy it and not play it. That's what I'm worried about. That's why I didn't buy The Witcher. I know it's great, but I just knew I wouldn't play it, so I didn't want to waste the money. And I hate when I feel like if I buy something, I feel like guilty if I don't play it. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost becomes like a chore rather than enjoyment. Where like I'm like, Jesus, I really need to play this game. It's I feel really bad about like it's not even about the money. It's just about like I have this thing that I'm not using and I need to fix that. So
I can't stop fucking yawning. I apologize.
But if Fallout gets a 9.5, then
imagine it will.
Which I'm assuming that it will. Isn't that? It's got to be tough to be a developer where everyone's like, yeah, Fallout's definitely gonna get like a 9.5 or a 10.
I think it's gonna be one of those things. As long as if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're just gonna improve on a couple things, and as long as the story's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy holiday season for gaming. I mean, because we've already got NHL in September.
Yeah.
Which is a game we'll probably play all year.
Oh yeah, we got the beta next week too.
Yeah.
Hopefully they better let us make a fucking team.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you would think so because isn't it just EA Sports Hockey League beta?
I'm worried it's gonna be just drop-in games.
Yeah, that would really blow.
Yeah.
See, red.
I think it's just the sun shit adjusting.
Huh. I think it's Jesus.
Fucking Jesus.
So I played first game at NHL online.
That's how you get an achievement.
I played ranked. This kid picked the NHL All-Stars, which I've never seen before. And so I picked the other NHL All-Stars, and I had a hat trick in the first 10 minutes, and he quit. It was fucking great.
That's awesome.
It was so great. It was, it was so much fun because it was so much fun to have really good offensive players because we always play the Rangers. The only guy that's really good in that is Nash. And Nash had two of them, actually, ironically.
Oh, nice.
But I think Taves had the other one. It was just great. Like, what kind of a douchebag?
How were they on the same team?
That's a good question. But they were.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a great question. Yeah, you know what it was? They were called red and blue, not east and west. So I don't know how they did that. I'm almost positive, though. Taves was my center.
I believe it.
I'm almost positive. And then Nash was on my team.
Does the All-Star game in...
Oh, did they change the All-Star game where they, like, draft?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm wondering.
I don't know. But either way, it was fun to play that game again. What was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah, I was talking shit to this kid like a 12-year-old. It was great.
Yeah.
I was so mad that he picked the All-Stars. I don't know why. It just really bugged me.
A lot of people in Mortal Kombat lately have been talking shit.
Yeah, I love that. I love when people talk shit.
I like when the little kids talk shit. And then they get
how funny was what I was saying to that kid?
they get beat. They just don't fucking...
I was all over that kid.
Remember that one douchebag? Dead people don't talk.
That was... Seriously, I mean, that kid's like... He has never seen sunlight, I don't think. It was the worst trash talker. I almost couldn't say anything back because I didn't even understand his big like evisceration of us was he beat us in one game and he goes, dead people don't talk. Yeah. Because he did a fatality. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be insulted? What the fuck does that mean? Adam had a character switch. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
I've been trying to get him away from Katana for a long time now.
Katana was going bad. Now using Molina.
Yeah.
I had a lot of good wins last night.
Yeah.
I think I won more than I lost.
I think you did. I think you definitely did. My next character I think I want to learn is Raiden, so I'm halfway there, but my mid game just blows right now with him.
Definitely cool.
He is. He's always he's one of those guys that's consistently awesome in the games.
Yeah.
Scorpion's another one.
Fucking hate Scorpion.
I know. There's a reason. Everybody always says that there's a reason that Scorpion's always good. Because one of the things that sucked about Mortal Kombat was Sub-Zero was
because he's on the cover.
Well, there's a reason he's also on the cover. Is that Ed Boon is obsessed with Scorpion. He was the one that basically created Scorpion, and he's the lead fucking guy. So he just makes Scorpion too good. And it was always so annoying to me because I was always a Sub-Zero fan. And Sub-Zero sucked in a lot of the games, and Scorpion never sucked. Yeah. He was always awesome. Sub-Zero's good in this game. But I'd
be fine with Scorpion. Just take out the teleport. I don't understand why he has so many moves.
Yeah, I don't know. He does have probably one of the biggest tool sets in the game because he could do long range. Get over here. He can do long range stun. He can and he can stun right into a get over here, which starts a combo. But then if you do too much of that, you can do a teleport.
He throws that shit down at you if you try to walk forward.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a few different classes, but they're all good. Or variations. They did say that they nerfed the shit out of him, which needed to be done.
Delete him.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried Scorpion. I didn't really have that much fun playing him, to be honest.
And the sword thing, all the people do the same 3 moves every single time.
Yeah, I hate that there's a Jason that does that too. I hate the fact that there's 3 moves that you could do that you're literally pressing the same button. That's fucking stupid to me. When I do a 43% Raiden combo, that's 12 buttons, different different things. Speaking of which, so how I was telling you there was those huge Raiden combos? He actually got nerfed in a patch, the first patch. So I know how to do a combo that used to be 50%, 51%, but now it's 43%. So there's no reason for me to do it because it's 6 more button presses than the one that I already have that does 43%. So it's for 2%, I'm gonna fuck that up too many times to make it worth it. But he's still really good. I mean, he still does some of the highest damage in the game. I don't know if I want to. My Aaron Black's good enough where I'll just play him and I don't really care about mastering him, but I really kind of want to learn Devora because she has a couple 45% combos that you can do from mid-screen. That guy Honeybee was the guy who played Sonic Fox. He was just dirty with her, dude.
I was really hoping Sonic Fox didn't look the way he looked.
I know. Have you heard him talk?
Yeah.
Holy shit, talk about socially awkward. My goodness. He's a really weird mix of he tries to be a little bit gangster sometimes, but it's he is the nerdiest nerd ever.
He's wearing a Sonic hat.
And the tail, that's the weird part. The head is weird, but the fucking tail is over the top.
I think it's up his butt. I've seen those foxtail things on Reddit before.
Yeah.
It's butt plugs with a fucking tail on it.
It might be. I would definitely talk shit to him, though, try to get him. He is nasty, though. He actually, I saw today, he has some playing ranked online.
Yeah.
And he plays with Ermac. He plays with... I can't remember. Some interesting guys that he normally doesn't play with, so it was cool to watch him kind of.
There's no way he lost ever online,
right? He lost his first Ermac game, but it was literally his first game, and he fucked up a lot of stuff, and then I only watched 3 more games, and he eviscerated the people he played. So, but you gotta remember, online is a big equalizer. It's like having a wet field in football. It's the reason Sonic Fox is so good.
Or a deflated ball.
He's so good because he can
that's not equal.
React to things quickly, and B, finish every single combo. And online you end up dropping a lot of stuff because the lag goes it's not consistent, it goes up and down. So he was dropping shit that he never ever drops. And then he did some Aaron Black where he just whooped the shit out of people.
Good.
He is so good with him.
We're gonna beat him someday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he plays on PS4. I would have bought it on PS4, except that Pun already had it on Xbox.
Yeah, it was free. It was free to steal from him.
Right. Well, I'm saying I wanted it. Yeah. I bought it, but I wanted to be able to play, you guys. So, I would have much rather played. The Xbox D-pad fucking messes up my thumb, man. Yeah. I use a lot of this, and I just have a permanent blister on the bottom of it.
Weird bend back shit going on.
That's right. Hitchhiker thumb.
Mine's straight up. Mine's...
Yeah, I got the big time hitchhiker thumb.
Mine doesn't do shit. I can barely fucking bend my hands.
They say it's good for gaming.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that one comment ever, so...
The guy that wrote it have the hitchhiker thumbs?
I'm sure. Or he blamed the fact that he lost to someone on the fact that the other guy had hitchhiker thumbs. Do you want to talk about China?
The country?
Yeah. No, the continent.
I don't know.
China unbanned game consoles. But, like, to me, this is such a non-story because they're going to allow, like, 1% of the games to get played, I bet.
Yeah,
you know
and all those guys they're such hardcore PC gamers.
That's true, too.
I mean, how many people actually play games in China? Like, console games?
Well, none, because most of the consoles are banned.
Well, I know, but, like, there's already really even an interest at that point.
I don't know.
They've been banned for a long time.
I don't know. I think that it can't hurt to have a country with 2 billion people, though, and even if they sell to 1% of the people, that's still a shitload of sales.
Wasn't there a story not too long ago the Xbox One was allowed in there? It's the first console allowed in there.
I think so, yeah.
So now they all are.
I guess so. But again, it's like they're gonna have to like edit parts of their game for that country. Yeah. They even said on, I think it was Verge, or Ars Technica, it doesn't matter. They said that Pixel actually edited parts of their movie so it would be approved in Japan. So like the fact that like it's such a piece of shit, just like moneymaker to begin with. They just creatively said, fuck it, we'll just edit these parts so that it gets passed in China, like things that actually matter to the movie apparently, but it was more important to them to have it in China, which I guess you got to make money. God, if you went to see that movie, I blame you for the shitty state of Hollywood movies. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they kind of games they dump into in China, because I know like Call of Duty has a free-to-play only multiplayer game that kind of mixes all the Call of Duty multiplayers together.
Yeah, like the Halo one in Russia.
Yeah, and there's so much piracy that free-to-play you pretty much have to go to free-to-play.
Interesting.
I mean, are Chinese people going to want to pay whatever for the console and $60 for a game when they're playing Dota and League?
Well, that's the thing with consoles. You can't really pirate them, but you have to get people to buy them first. Yeah. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting. I mean, they might just make, like, I mean, if they were smart, they'd probably just make, like, Chinese studios.
Yeah, and aren't those countries, like, they're big on, like, those internet cafes, right?
Yeah.
Ever been to one? I don't think I've ever seen one.
I've been to them in Europe.
None. Are they in New York at all?
Yeah, they exist. I'm trying to think if I've ever been to one in America.
Are the computers even good enough to play like games on them?
In China, they are, I guess, because you'll literally see like 50 people playing World of
Warcraft. You ever see a video that guy like dies when he's playing?
Yes,
it's fucking weird.
It is weird. My question is, why do they do that? Like, I understand that there's like very small apartments because it's so crowded, but like, is it a money thing? Because if it's a money thing, wouldn't spending a month playing World of Warcraft at a cyber cafe pay for a computer?
Could be an internet.
You know what I'm saying? Could just be that they can't get internet that fast at their house. I don't know. But they have like desktop computers, so they're not like bringing their own computers. I don't think that they're just playing whatever.
I don't know. Internationals are heating up. People are starting to come to the country.
Dota. There's 17 million now.
It's
fucking crazy. I think that's what it was. They said that there's already like thousands of people on the stream, even though it doesn't start for a week.
Jesus.
just like chatting in the comment sections, like, who are these losers?
I'm excited for that and can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I'm so behind on Dota, but I think that actually might make it more fun to watch because the announcers for Dota are so laughably better than that Evo shit. Like, they do such a good job explaining like who's good, why they pick them,
hopefully
what characters merge.
Hopefully, man, there's also new characters. Right, like 2 new characters since we stopped playing.
I think they actually said that one of their big pushes was to make it so that more characters were viable.
Yeah,
like they didn't want, because like there was only there's 110 characters or something, and they were really only using, I'd say, like maybe 20.
Yeah, last year
viable.
Last year was about the same. Every game was the same.
But again, I think there's a reason for that too. It's like there's certain matchups that are really awesome, but because they do it in a draft order, you can't risk it, because if you pick that guy and you don't get his guy that's like supposed to be synergistic with him, then you're fucked. So it's like they don't take the risk. They take guys that go well with everyone. Yeah. And I think that's part of the reason. Like we've said before, it'd be really interesting. It would be probably bad for the tournament, but it'd be really interesting if they had like just a random, like you get a random character. Everybody's got to be good with everybody, which they could totally do, but it would just kind of suck because it was like, the strategy element of it would suffer.
One thing I don't like about Smite, if I pick a guy, the other team can pick the same guy.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
like you kind of have to do that if you could buy your characters, though. Yeah. Because people would. How pissed would you be if like you bought a character and he was picked in every game and you couldn't pick him? But I agree that's one of the coolest parts about Dota is there's only one of each character on the map. Mm-hmm. It adds something.
Yep. I hope some people knock out the Chinese teams this year.
It's gonna be tough to do.
Like I think I don't like hate them, but I like when the like top dog loses to like an underdog.
Yeah.
I consider everybody's not.
There's a few
Chinese.
good. There's a few good American teams.
Yeah, that Fear team's gonna be good. Or Fear's team will be good. He's back playing.
There was
Last year he didn't.
What
play.
was the team that was like that surprised big time last year? I think
Ah,
it was.
shit.
It might not have been American, but it was.
No, they were.
It was American?
It was an EG game. What the fuck was it?
I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
Like they were like.
There was a lot of.
They were making a run.
A lot of teams changed after the internationals last year. Like Navi's a completely different team.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see them go.
It'd be interesting too to see like. I wonder if anybody would ever like make I guess there's so many sponsorships it'd be hard to do, but like why isn't there like 2 Chinese players, 1 Swiss player, and 2 American players? You know, like just make like a team that's really good. I guess there's probably obviously a language barrier.
I think
that would be a problem.
I think Fear's team is made up of like multinational people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it all Americans though?
No, they're all from
They
different
actually
countries,
are from different countries? Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess you have to have an all English speaking or all Chinese speaking. You know, you have to have a common language. That's obviously important, but
But most countries teach a second language. America's just a piece of shit.
that's also well. We get taught, but they just let us lose it immediately after. Thank God the the language that's taught is usually English.
Yeah.
For our sake. Like, dude, you can't. People are always like, "Oh my God!" I think my parents one time said to me, "They're like, oh my God, like I know, but like we want to go to Italy, but like we're worried we got to learn the language." And I was like, "No, you fucking don't. Every single person is going to speak English from the airport to unless you're going to like small villages. Everyone speaks English. They might not speak great English, but they speak English. You. Oh yeah. I mean, you go to Paris, you go to any of these places. I mean, it's actually nice when you go someplace that doesn't speak English because you know that you're in a place that's like authentic rather than like a tourist trap.
I think the only place I've ever been that doesn't speak English was just a little north of Miami.
Yeah, right.
When I went to like Sawmills. Is that
I don't know.
There's like some big outlet thing, and I was in a Nike store. Nobody spoke English.
There you go. I told you, whenever we go to Miami, people just speak Spanish to Nick. Like they don't even ask if he speaks English; they just start speaking Spanish to him, and he gets so mad. He gets so offended, and I'm like, "Well, you maybe you want to put some suntan lotion on, dude, because you definitely look Cuban right now."
All right,
time to bounce.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. Email us 8bitbourbon@gmail.com. Our YouTube page is on fire. 8bit Bourbon, obviously. Our Reddit is there, Reddit.r/8bit Bourbon.
And we don't have videos of people dying and shit.
No, thank God. Please don't post them on there.
You can't.
Twitter's 8bit Bourbon, 8bitbourbon.com, whatever.
Thanks, hey, we're up over 500 followers on Twitter.
That's right.
Thanks for that.
That's right. Yeah, and we don't put any effort into that whatsoever.
No.
So we should probably do that, but we did a long time ago. Getting the first, like, if you ever started something, like getting the first followers is the hardest part. You know, it's kind of like now we get like a follower a day, maybe a follower every 2 days. Just I don't even know how naturally, but
get it on Facebook. Like us on Facebook.
Yeah, get on there. Well, if we get 5 likes this week, maybe we'll actually post them on there.
Yeah.
that's probably part of the problem. It's hard to saturate all this shit. There's too many social networks out there now.
Yeah, and plus we have other lives.
Yeah, kind of. We try.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for listening. I'm Andy.
I'm Adam.
Don't worry about bourbon.